I am in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee at Mike Headrick studio, Mikron recording studio here in the fantastic hills of South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Well, let's go in and meet Mike. Wish I knew what day it was. Well, hey, take a chance to check on the telephone. A handy telephone is always good to be able to tell what day it is. February 22, 2018. And what we're seeing now is a different angle of the studio where the musicians will park themselves, except for the drummer. And if there's a drummer here, the drummer will be in that little studio right over there with the singer right in there. And of course we've got a piano player, and Tim, who brings his piano down, usually sets it up right there by that couch. Got a piano there, but he likes to bring his own instrument, as we all do. Well, this is inside of Mike's studio here, and as you can see, this is what a studio is supposed to look like. Not like Leroy McFall's little home studio that you can hardly turn around in. So we're going to do a little video in here. Mike's probably getting ready for some session. I don't know what date it is. I'm going to swing around, get some shots here of what the studio portion. This is not the control room. This is out in the studio itself. As you can see, there's the window of the control room. And then it's set up to where this here booth right here, that's usually where the singer gets into so he can isolate them from some of the rest of the band, which is out here in this area right here. Of course, you got a drummer. If you got a drummer, you put him in a little isolation booth too, so that you can get a clear and distinct sound. So Mike's got it set up the way it's supposed to be set up. He knows what he's doing. He's a great artist himself, fantastic steel player, guitar player, knows how to make music. This is in the isolation booth here where the singer got the headset they can put on, of course, and communicate and hear what they're doing, and Mike can control. They can see him when he gives hand signals, and of course they're talking to the mic, and got the distortion filter here on this microphone so that it can distort the psst, the s, so, and it's done right. Stand, put the music, ready to sing. And this is an interesting wall Mike's got here of some fantastic people that he's known and played with over the years. We've got Papa John Huey and Ralph Mooney, still guitar players of course, Buddy Emmons, and then there's Mike Headrick himself, fantastic steel player. Nice group of company to have around. If you like steel music like I do, you can't be lonesome. This is the control room. And all this instrumentation here can be mind-boggling in a professional control room like Mike's got here. Now looking out over here, out the glass, Mike sits here at the controls, and he can do hand signals to the singer, or actually they can see whatever he wants. The musicians out there be hand signaling him, or he can hand signal to them, or talk on the intercom. But as you can see, a lot of instrumentation there to know how to use. I wouldn't have any idea what in the world to do with all that stuff. Well, I want to introduce you to Mike Headrick. You've heard me talk about him so much, now you're going to get to see what he looks like and what he sounds like. He's a fantastic steel player. I wished I could do as well myself. And good company to be around. I love the steel guitar. And he's got a fantastic studio I've already filmed. Mike, tell us a little bit about your studio.
Well, thanks Larry for making this video here, doing some promo. I've been in the studio business for about 35 years, right here in South Pittsburgh. This is my 5th studio. And so I've always specialized in country music, and specifically traditional country and gospel, especially if it has a southern or country slant to it. But we do all kinds of music. I'm just open to the public and anybody that wants to record anything from just their voice, as in I've recorded a lot of talk tapes for people, up to a full band production. And that's what we're doing here today. I'm sure you'll see some of the musicians in action here shortly. And it'll be Tim Atwood, Ronnie McDowell Jr., and Kenny Berry. And then that's probably what we'll do today on these songs that we're working on. Then I'll add other instruments tomorrow or later on after they leave. And then we'll have the singers in. That's the last thing, the vocalist, to do the vocal tracks. Then I'll add harmony, do any embellishments we need to, and then it'll be ready for the mix. And you'll enjoy these players we got here today. They're just top-notch, top of the line, and excellent people too. A lot of fun to work with. And
well, we're here at the studio, and as Mike said, he's going to be recording some people here. Mike, you've recorded a lot of people that my guitar picking buds have only seen. I noticed you had a picture of Papa John Huey out there.
I've recorded John Huey a lot of times. We were good friends, and so every chance I got, I'd have John in to play on a session. John, and
who all have you had? Some of the famous artists out of Nashville and different places? You've had them here at you. Of course, he's a fantastic artist himself, professional steel guitar player, and done a lot of recordings. And go ahead.
Well, I've always said they come here to record either on their way up or on their way back down again. So anyway, the ones who are there and who are seeing the action, they're all recording in Nashville. They have Nashville producers and so on and so forth. But I have had the pleasure of working with several Randall Opry stars, and like I say, some on the way up. And I've had the Forrester sisters in, Mark Gray, did an album on Charlie Louvin back in 2005. That's when I did his album. And Joe South, Leona Williams, that you asked about last
Leona.
time. Yeah. And,
of course, everybody, all my buds, they got their ears full of Yes Ma'am.
I see, yeah.
And that was done here.
Yeah.
She did it right here.
Yeah, it was. And so I've worked with a lot of just fine people, and all these that I mentioned have been also, but most people are just so friendly and warm and easy to work with. And every once in a while you run across one, that's the exception, but I don't see many of those at all.
Well, this is a fantastic studio, and Mike knows how to put a studio together, believe me. And like I was telling him, it's not like Larry McFall's little hinky-dink place that you can hardly get a foot in or a bass in, if anyway. But it's I love being associated with Mike here, and he knows how to make music, and that's what we all like. That's the reason we pick on them old guitars.
That's right. And
I don't play a pedal steel like Mike and that group does. I play the old non-pedal, what I've played 69 years, and a lot of these guys here that will watch this was guys that played with me in the military. A lot of these buds are military, and of course we'd get guitars together in the military, and some zones that wasn't as friendly as possible, and just wanted to get rid of some of the tension and pressure. And believe me, playing country music and a guitar, because I was in Germany one time, tension was getting pretty bad over there. I brought the guitar in, and I said, okay guys, we're taking a break here, we're going to sing a little music. And they said this was great. This was some way to relieve tension. So.
I got an algorithm just like his.
I know, he told me and I'd love to have it.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I paid about $385 for it. Some old man didn't know what he had.
Right.
But I even told him, I said, it's about a $2,000 banjo.
Smile, Tim.
Hey! Yeah, when here we are. When I get ready.
But I told you that, I'll pay $500.
A little bit from the drums.
And that's a great deal.
It's a real good deal.
And when I
Well, it ain't going nowhere. I mean, I don't want to sell it, but the last time I played it was about 2 years ago.
You gotta do this from the cup.
My bad. I played that one after the repeat.